Imagine pulling off a country road, stepping out, and seeing Alabama roll open beneath you like a green quilt. Instagram gold, right? Sunlight glints on Shades Creek, hawks circle overhead. Perfect place for a selfie with your sandwich. But while the view's busy being photogenic, the cliff has something else on its mind. A Creek girl named Fire-Runner, a warrior with panic in his eyes, and a poem that's been arguing with the wind since 1827. Most visitors grab the shot and bounce. We're staying to see which story wins, legend or limestone. Ready to step closer to the edge? Long before cul-de-sacs sprouted along Highway 31, this ridge belonged to the Creek Nation. They called it the place where the sky kisses the water. And you didn't bring drama onto sacred ground, unless, of course, you were Coosa. Young, restless, and terrible at commitment, Coosa caught the eye of Fire-Runner, a princess whose name pretty much guaranteed sparks. She wanted forever. He wanted anywhere else. One muggy evening, he asked her to watch the sunset from the cliff. When she leaned in, he panicked. One quick thrust with a flint knife, one gasp, and she was gone. Regret slammed him harder than the fall that followed. Tribal drums fell silent that night. Camps packed up and never moved within a mile of that spot again. White settlers eventually filed the story down to Lover's Leap, but the grief still clings to the rock like dew. Fast forward to the 1820s. Maps replace memory, and surveyors pencil in Sunset Rock. Locals ignore the paperwork and keep the darker nickname alive. Then along comes Thomas W. Farrar, freshly minted delegate to Alabama's first constitutional convention, and even fresher groom. He and his bride Seraphine camp on the bluff because, as he scribbles in his diary, the view beats anything from the Tyrol to the Tidewater. While Seraphine sketches the river bend, Farrar grabs a chisel and taps out 4 lines from Byron's Childe Harold into the stone. This is a pleasure in the pathless woods. Romantic period love letter. Meet permanent selfie. He signs it TWF 1827. And just like that, the cliff becomes an official bookmark in history. Quarrymen later blast a slice of the cliff to widen a supply road. The slab splits, chunks tumble into the brush. Members of Ellington Masonic Lodge, Farrar was one of their founding brothers, collect every piece, reassemble them in their hall like a jigsaw puzzle, and hire a stones mason to carve a fresh replica on the surviving rock face. Same 4 lines, same initials, brand new canvas. Since then, it's survived vandals, Civil War skirmishes, and at least one harebrained scheme to turn the place into a limestone pit. Every decade or so, an Eagle Scout scrubs off the lichen and repaints the letters so Byron doesn't fade into moss. Farrar wasn't showing off. He was handing the cliff a mirror. Byron's lines celebrate wild beauty and solitude, but they also confess a restless ache. Beauty always standing next to loss. 2 stories, 2 centuries apart, both warning that the higher you climb, the farther you can fall. Park at the gravel pull-off on Shades Crest Road. Follow the path past the leaning guardrail, and the world tilts open. A volunteer-built staircase drops you onto a rock shelf where oak roots grip like arthritic fingers. Weekends bring prom photos, drone pilots, and the occasional nervous proposal. Kids hunt geocaches under rhododendrons while grandparents tell PG versions of the Indian legend. The city bolted a bench and a small plaque to the stone, but nature refuses to behave. Kudzu strangles the railing, and after heavy rains, the creek below runs the color of strong coffee. Stay through sunset and self-service vanishes. The valley fills with a hush loud enough to make you check your pulse. Locals swear you can sometimes hear a woman's laugh on the breeze. Skeptics blame the wind. Either way, the cliff keeps collecting stories. Every town with a cliff has a lover's leap, but the story's elastic. Creek version, sudden, violent, cosmic. Farrar's version, slow, romantic, literary. Together they turn the site into a palimpsest. Each visit lets you decide which layer matters. Maybe the real leap isn't off the rock, it's into someone else's memory. Standing where Coosa and Seraphine both stood, realizing the view is never just the view. So next time you're in Hoover, skip the Galleria food court and head up to the ridge. Stand at Lover's Leap, read Byron out loud. No shame in the dramatic pause. And listen. Wind, footfalls, heartbeat. Then come back here and tell me, did you feel the legend or just the breeze? Drop your story in the comments. I read every single one. If this tale hits you the way it hits me every visit, hit like and subscribe. Alabama's got plenty more secrets up its sleeve.